My name is Maya, that very cute girl you've probably seen before. You happen to be Kendra, right? Hey, would you give me an answer, please? Who are you again? Huh? I just told you my name a second ago. This is why I hate texting with old hags like yourself all the time. You all seem to have no idea how to frickin' read. First of all, I'm not sure who you are, Maya. In what ways are you related to me, if at all, that would have you texting me like that? Huh? God. What kind of annoying crap are you trying to pull here, you old hag? So this must make you younger than me by a bit? I am from Christian University and am a fourth-year student there. I also happen to be 21 years young. In other words, I'm a fun and outgoing college cutie still. So you're Maya from Christian University. I see. Now, would you mind telling me exactly what you want right now? All right. Let me tell it to you straight. I want you to break things off with my da. Your da? What does that even mean? Are you trying to say your dad or your darling? Darling, duh! Okay. So then what you're getting at here is that you've been going out with my husband? And you would like for me to divorce him for you? That's right on the mark. And what merit is there for you to be taking my husband from me? Well, I could tell you that I am deeply in love with him and would like to make him my husband. But I also need him so that my life out of college is smooth sailing. And, well, what better way to make my life go by so easily than to start dating and soon marry the head of the company's HR department? The head of the HR department? Is that what you're after? Once I've entered the company, I won't have to do a single thing in order to make a paycheck. Can I just ask you about something, just for my mind's sake? What do you want to ask? Do you have any idea what you're doing telling the wife of the man you've been secretly going out with that he's been cheating on me? Oh, right. You probably want to talk about the settlement and all that. Well, that's totally fine. I'll also be willing to give you $50,000 for the divorce as a way of paying off any settlements. So you're assuming $50,000 will be good enough for me to feel comfortable with what's happened? Yep. And considering that he is so in love with me right now, I thought it would be nice to pay for him as well, hence the total being $50,000. I think that amount is very generous of me and will allow me to marry him after. Is that right? Just so that you're aware, I'm going to save this conversation for a later date, so please don't be upset if I take a few screenshots of it. What? Why do you want to do that? All you have to do is sign the divorce papers and everything will be over with. What's the point of taking pictures of this convo? I'm sorry to break it to you, but divorcing someone isn't as easy as it sounds. I have to make sure I have proof of the fact that my husband has been cheating on me so that this divorce goes off without a hitch. Also, in a divorce, there's things like splitting one another's properties and child support if the couple has kids. Plenty of other things, too, that have to be taken into account. So this is going to be very different than when you're just breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Well, I guess I'll leave all that in your hands. When it's time that I can go ahead and start filling out the marriage forms, please let me know and I'll get right on it. Huh? See you later! Gary, good morning. I'm on the train currently, so I can't call you right now about this.
Good morning, Kendra.
Have you already started to head to the office?
I actually just arrived here a second ago. Is there something you need from me?
Well, I have some information on one of the students from Christian University that's slated to join the company here soon. Would you be able to set some things up for her in advance for me?
Understood. Can I ask, though? Why do you need me to work on that now for you? Did you find something wrong about her that has led you to ask such a thing?
Well, Gary, There's a very high chance that a woman like her would not be a very good fit for this company. And considering that you are the head of the HR department, things will fall on your shoulders if things go sideways regarding her. So that's why I'm asking you to please prepare for her in advance.
Understood.
Also, I would like you, for the time being, to not bring this conversation we've just had up with anyone else until I say it's okay.
Why should I be doing that?
I just need this to remain between you and I for right now, so please just do as I've asked and I'll explain things in more detail later. I'll be out for a little bit now as I have a business meeting with one of our customers, and it won't finish up until a little bit after 11 today. Please keep a close eye on her from now on when she comes into the office.
Will do.
Hey, what's going on here? Why haven't you responded to me for the past few days now? Have you gotten anywhere in that divorce I asked you politely to deal with? I said that I'd be willing to give you $50,000 as part of the settlement for taking your husband from you. You should be so happy about that kind of money since you're nothing but a housewife and nothing else. Why are you not telling me anything, Kendra? You'd better get to it with that divorce while I'm still willing to give you this $50,000, all right? If you continue to try and resist, then I'm going to drop the amount I pay from $50,000 to just $5,000. Is that really what you want to have happen? You'll be letting $45,000 slip right through your fingers. Now, I suggest you hurry up and finish what's already been started. It's not like your husband loves you anymore anyway. Oh, and you better be completely divorced before I graduate college or else there will be some serious hell to pay. After I've graduated and am married to him, I'll be able to get into that company with no questions asked and will never have to work a day in my life for my paycheck. Now, I really don't want you getting in the way of any of that plan I've made, so hurry it up already. Then consider this the end of that informal offer you were given. What? You freaking bitch! What the hell have you done? What is it you want now? My job offer from Mill Central was voided. Why did that happen? You don't have any idea why something like that would happen? I don't, and that's why I'm asking you right now. This is about you and the head of the HR department. Have any guesses what's happened there? All I know is that I told you to get a divorce from him so that I could get married to him and he would be able to let me have free reign inside the office. What does that have anything to do with the offer being voided? Well, let me tell you why, Maya. From what it sounds like, you wanted to get into this company, my company, so badly that you were willing to go and start a relationship with the head of the HR department in the hopes you'd get to marry him? What? Your company? Why would you call it your company when you don't even work there? Wait, could you be a part-timer there or something? Not a part-timer, per se, but I am working in this company. Oh. Well, that's a little bit strange. From what I was being told by Wallace, his wife is a housewife and doesn't work at all. Well, the head of the HR department here is single. What? Just a few days ago, he was divorced by his wife. Huh? Wait, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that like you weren't his wife or something? Wait, so this means you guys have gotten that divorce then? Oh, perfect. Thank you very much for that. Maya, are you sure you're not forgetting anything right now? Forgetting what? Didn't you start texting me because of your informal job offer being voided? Oh, that's right. I was thinking about the strange way you were talking and the divorce. But now that you've already gone and divorced him, there's no reason for me to chat with you anymore. I'll go talk with Wallace and have him go into the system and have me placed back into the company so that I can get my job there still. No problem at all. Maya, do you really feel that you're going to want to work for Mills Central? You were just going on about how you planned to use the head of HR as an easy way to get into the company. And you said once that was accomplished, things would be smooth sailing for the rest of your life, right? What the heck are you thinking you're doing right now? You already know what I'm thinking about right now. I know that Mills Central is one of the highest paying companies in the state. It's very famous for that one reason. But because the company is paying everyone so well, they probably have a very rigorous hiring process and work environment, right? That's where I had an idea. By starting my internship at this company in the past year, I could use my time there between studying at school to get to know all the really high-up people in the company. You know, the department heads and the managers. I'm very, very young and pretty after all, so there's no telling how many of them I can lure in to give me a break. Not only has this past year shown that a lot of the managers there are really into me, but I should even be able to manipulate the CEO. Once I've gotten that far up in the company, then I can have all the higher-ups hand my work to everyone else, and I can just sit around and relax, right? No one will be able to get mad at me either for that, because I'll just have their bosses fire them on the spot for it. This is going to be so easy for me, and I'll be paid very well for it. That's my plan of attack, Kendra. So you think you can get even the CEO to fall into your hands? Considering I'm such a young girl who looks so beautiful, it'll be a piece of cake. Well, I'm sorry, but said cake doesn't even exist. Huh? Oh no. Now the old hag is going to get all jealous of me. Well, I can totally understand you getting all hurt by my plan now after having your husband abandon you over a little cutie like myself. But here's the thing that's really strange to me, Maya. All of you interns that we've had working here should have been informed 2 months ago that there was a new CEO elected to take over this company. What? A newly elected CEO? That's right. 2 months ago, the former CEO of my company ended up becoming very ill. Therefore, he stepped down from his position so that he could focus on his health more. And then a new CEO was elected to take his place. Huh? Well, that's not going to change what I'll be doing. I'll still make sure that that new CEO falls into my hands and does as I say. No, I really don't think you should even attempt something like that. Huh? I happen to be a straight woman, which means I'm only into men. What are you going on about? Why are you talking about what direction you point in when I'm talking about the CEO? That's because I'm the newly elected CEO who was brought in 2 months ago. Really? Is that who you think you are? Wait, what? In other words, I'm the one running Mills Central now. Huh? Wait, what the? For about the past 6 months now, the idea of having that offer voided was already in the talks. Back when you took the company entrance exam, you completely bombed it by not even filling out the Scantron sheet. You just filled in the bubbles in a way that spelled, I'm in. Wait. No way. You're the CEO now? There is one other thing we must talk about here, and that's about the misunderstanding you still seem to have. I've never been married before, which means I was not the wife of our head of HR. What? But... In his smartphone, there was a contact labeled Kendra, my wife, okay? That's why I was always asking you to divorce him for our sakes. That seems to have just been the wish that he had. His wish? There were a lot of times where he would flirt with me in the office before I became the CEO, and it seemed as though he really wanted to get with me. What? Which is just gross, considering he was married at the time. And even when there were talks about me becoming the next CEO, he still kept that inappropriate behavior up. Well, it seems he's a lot like you, isn't he? I think when he heard about me becoming the next CEO, he tried even harder while flirting with me to make me his new woman, because he wanted to do the same thing as you. Become involved with the CEO romantically so that he could have free reign in the company. You see what I mean?
What?
Well, now that you've been able to catch up on everything, let's talk about how you won't be working in my company. You failed that entrance exam, and now your offer has been officially voided. And even had you passed the exam and the offer was not yet voided, there'd be no way for me to allow your hiring considering what you just told me. You'd become a major liability here. And as for the head of HR, Wallace, we had him removed from this company.
He was removed?
He continued to hit on me inappropriately at work and was also having a secret relationship with one of the interns, you. So he had to go and was replaced by someone far more reliable. Anyhow, you've been given that same fate and will not be working here either. Your offer has been voided and we will no longer have you working for us as an intern.
I was only given an offer from Mills Central. So, and I'm just about to graduate from college.
I see. Well, then that leaves you with only a month or so to find yourself a company that will be willing to hire you soon. Do your best, and hopefully now you know that you can't just force your way into a company by manipulating those in charge.
What?
I'm also going to warn you that there will be a settlement coming soon for you from the ex-wife of the ex-head of HR, Wallace.
What?
I wish you the best of luck with your future, young lady.
Wait, Kendra! That settlement, and the fact that I won't get any use out of Wallace anymore, I don't have as much money as you think. I'm just a college student and haven't even been working part-time to save any money up. How am I supposed to pay a settlement? Are you really saying that I'll have to pay his ex-wife for sleeping with him?
That's how things work in the real world. That's why I'm wishing you the best of luck right now, as you're going to need a lot of it. Now, I'll be going, Maya.
Wait a second. Are you really being serious about all of that? I was just taking things easy in school, passing with the minimum scores, thinking that I'd get into a company with my looks and never actually have to work. That's why I spent so much time during this last year flirting with all those higher-ups. Why is something like this happening to me? My life was supposed to be smooth sailing after I graduate.
For starters, the ex-head of the HR department, Wallace, was officially dismissed from the company today and is now no longer on the payroll. The dismissal also came without a package, and his only option was to file for federal unemployment. He also will end up having to pay his ex that settlement she's asked for, wiping out all of his savings and most likely putting him into some debt. And after 2 weeks had passed, I heard about how Maya was forced to drop out of college last minute by her parents, because she wasn't even expected to graduate with the grades she had. Her last-ditch effort was making a relationship with someone inside my company and having them hire her, no questions asked. But since that plan of hers didn't work out at all for her in the end, she's now back at her parents' house working on their farm. There was also a settlement asked for from her by Wallace's ex-wife, so she'd have to pay that off. Her working on her parents' farm was not making her enough money to pay off that settlement in time, and since she didn't have a good enough credit score or anything to get a loan, she had to get another job. That being a factory job where she now works the night shift for 12 hours before coming home to work all day on the farm. That still wasn't enough for her, though, so on weekends she's working part-time at a small supermarket down the road as well, to make that extra little bit she badly needs. Because she has begun to work so many hours and only has time off to get about 5 or 6 hours of sleep, she's started to pick up the nickname hardly working by a lot of the people she's around, after they heard about how she ended up in that position. Who knows how long she'll have to hear that name for, but it'll probably stick to her until the faraway day comes that she can move out of there. But while she's still there having to work so hard, the number one thing I hope she takes away is an understanding of how the real world works, and that there is no such thing as smooth sailing for any of us.
Helen? How come you're not home yet by this time of the day?
Hi Michelle. I'm on a business trip at the moment.
A business trip? How could you do that? So you mean you left my son all alone in this house? Don't you know your place as a wife? It's right here, in the house.
Michelle, your son is a grown man, I must say, and he is capable of taking care of himself. This is a trip I couldn't pass up as it will help me in advancing my career.
Your career? Do you know how stupid you sound? That is all you think of. Career this and career that. You're married, for crying out loud. Your priority should be your husband. Why are you so uncultured?
There was never a problem with me having a job. I had one before I met Toby, and the fact that I'm an independent woman is part of what makes our relationship so great. Your son knows all this and understands. He even encouraged me to go on this trip.
Of course, why wouldn't he? Who knows what twisted lies you told him for him to agree to such an absurd request? Women these days.
Please, I don't like the direction this conversation is going. How did you even know I wasn't home? Did Toby tell you?
I'm at your house. I came to see my son because today is his day off. Imagine my shock when he told me you wouldn't be coming home today. Why would you bother yourself with making money when you have a husband who is perfectly capable of making it for both of you?
Well, with both of us working, Toby doesn't have to work so hard, so we have time to spend together.
You know what? I'm really not comfortable with my son staying alone in the house. What will he eat? Leftovers and stale food? I'll be staying with him until you return.
Michelle, that is not necessary. There's no need for you to stay.
Just shut up, okay? If you know what's necessary, why then are we having this conversation? For how long will you be on this trip?
Another week.
You see? You're really heartless for someone who claims to love my son. I'm staying, and that's final.
Okay, no problem. If that's what you want, then fine.
Oh, just leave me alone. I can't talk to you right now.
Hey baby, how are you doing?
Sweetie, I'm good. Sorry I missed your call. I was in the bathroom getting ready.
Oh, I was afraid you went to bed already.
Well, I am tired. It's been a hectic day. I really can't wait for this trip to be over. I miss you so much.
I miss you too, my love. Just take it easy, okay?
Sure.
Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about my mom wanting me to stay over for a few days. She said she already spoke to you about it, so what do you think?
Babe, I can't stop your mom from being with her son. If she wants to spend some time with you, and you do too, then I have no problem with that.
I know that, I just wanted to be certain you were okay with it, seeing how it was impromptu and all. Besides, it would be great to have someone else in the house. Maybe I won't have to miss you so much.
Well, if that's the case, then I envy you. Because it's just me in this big hotel room and everything reminds me of you.
Don't worry, it's only for a short while. This is the first time your company's trusting you with such a project. You couldn't miss it. And then, you know how much my mom will readily jump on any excuse to take care of me.
Well, she said it's for the period I'll be away, so no problem. I'm glad you won't be lonely, sweetie.
Sure, although she's already taken over, given orders left and right. I'm already scheduled to take her to the grocery store tomorrow.
LOL, have fun. I need to go now. I have an early day tomorrow, so I need to get all the sleep I can get.
Sure, honey. I'll call you tomorrow morning before you step out. Good night, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Good night.
Helen, I didn't know you were this lazy. How despicable. Did your mother not raise you right?
Hi, Michelle. What did I do?
Look at your kitchen. Why are there so many gadgets in there? Is this a showroom or what?
I don't understand, Michelle. We use them all.
What do you need a dishwasher for? You have an oven that basically does all the baking for you. I went into your laundry room and I saw your washing machine. Why would you have a washing machine in your house? Are you running a laundromat?
These are basic things we have. Why are you making such a big deal about it?
All these things make you lazy. A good wife washes clothes with her bare hands. It shows the love and dedication she is investing in the marriage. A good wife cooks fresh meals every day for her husband. Instead, you have your fridge stocked with food that are days old and a microwave that warms them. Warmed food is never fresh, Helen. Why are you so lazy?
Your son never complained about any of it. We've been married 2 years now and he's fine with it.
Ugh, so this is what my poor boy has been going through all this while at your hands. I thought leaving you both to find your way was the smart thing to do, but clearly I was wrong. You need a lesson on how to be a good wife, and my son is too soft to teach it to you. No worries though, I'll help you out.
Michelle, I don't need your help in anything.
Clearly you do. If not, why am I the one cleaning almost all the rooms in your house as we speak? And speaking of cleaning, I need the key to your study. It's the last place I'll be cleaning.
Oh, that's unnecessary.
I'm cleaning the entire house, dummy. That includes your study.
The key is here with me, and even if it wasn't, that is my private place with a lot of private stuff. I don't want you in there.
There must be a spare somewhere here. Just tell me where it is and stop being obstinate. You should be happy I'm doing what you've been neglecting to do.
No, Michelle, you're not getting into my study.
So, you have something to hide. That is it, huh? I should have known. I'll get you though, silly girl. Just watch.
Michelle, no need to make a big deal out of all this. Michelle.
Helen, we need to talk.
Wow, what's up? If it's not urgent, we can talk about it when I get home. I'm about to leave the hotel now.
That's why I'm here. Don't bother leaving the hotel. There's nothing for you to come back to.
What do you mean?
My son wants a divorce.
What? Is this a sick joke or what?
Come on, Helen. Since you've known me, have I joked with you? I'm serious. Toby is tired of living with you. Your absence from his life made him realize how much of a failed wife you are. Come on, if we're being honest, you know my son is a gem and he deserves way more than you.
I don't believe this.
This is for your own good as well. He's releasing you to keep on chasing your career and going on trips like you're already doing. Just don't bother coming back to the house.
Toby and I spoke yesterday. He said nothing like this to me. We're not even quarreling. And you bring this to me?
How will you know how he truly feels when you're 1,000 miles away? You foolish girl. Don't you see he needs a woman that will always be home to tend to his needs? I'll find the right woman for him, and you'll keep on focusing on your career.
This is all a sick ploy, and I'm not having it. So he wants to divorce me and he sends his mother to do the job? Doesn't sound like the Toby I know.
You'll keep doubting even when the truth is staring you in the face? Fine. I'm sending over the divorce papers. It's already signed on his end, so you sign yours and we'll have this done with.
My God, what is this? You can't be serious. Toby wouldn't want to divorce me.
LOL. You foolish girl. Sign these papers and let's end this charade you call marriage. Goodbye.
Hold on, Michelle. Are you the one that put him up to this? Michelle! Michelle, what is going on? I've been calling Toby, but it's not going through.
How do you get your job done if you're this dumb? Didn't I tell you he has moved on? Read the signs. He wants nothing to do with you again. He doesn't want to talk to you.
No, I refuse to believe that.
That's your choice, but your marriage is over whether you like it or not. I can see you didn't leave the hotel, after all, yesterday.
How could I after the terrible news you gave me yesterday?
Well, you can't stay at the hotel forever. Find a place to stay because you're not coming back to this house. We're kicking you out.
What? You're kicking me out of my house?
Ugh, just let me know when you sign the papers, okay?
I won't take this. Just know that. Michelle, I can't believe I trusted you.
What do you want now? To gloat? I'm sure you're thrilled that my son kicked me out of his home and wants nothing more to do with me. His own mother.
No, I'm just sad that things got this bad. Don't you see what you did was horrible? You tried to ruin our marriage by sending me forged divorce papers. You also tried to steal the deeds of my house from my study. You don't know this, but I bought this house before I met your son, and he was perfectly okay with moving in with me. Even if we split, the house is still mine.
Oh, shut up. I did what I had to do for my son. You don't deserve him, and nothing you do will change that fact.
I'm sorry you feel this way. When Toby and I got married, I hoped we'd be friends.
Why would I be friends with you? You don't even know the first thing about being a woman.
Well, Toby has seen you for who you really are. After all, he's the one that caught you sneaking the deeds out of my study after you stole it. And then I came back just in time to tell him about the forged divorce papers.
I knew it. You're here to gloat.
No, you hurt your son. Now he's taking sick leave from work because of what you did to him. I have to be at home to take care of him.
Well, you're finally learning how to be a wife. You should thank me.
I guess I'll do that in court. I'm suing you, Michelle. You hurt my husband, and that means you hurt me. And I can't let that slide. We'll settle this in court.
You'll send your mother-in-law to court? How crude can you get?
Your son wants nothing to do with you anymore, and neither do I. I don't see you as my mother-in-law anymore. You'll be hearing from my lawyers soon.
Okay, I'm sorry, okay? This doesn't have to get to the court. We can settle it amicably within ourselves.
Too late, Michelle. Goodbye.
Just hold on and listen to me. I said I'm sorry. Just let it go. Helen!
Toby and I relented after a while and decided not to press charges anymore. But we made it clear that we wanted nothing more to do with Michelle. Toby took a long time to get over the fact that his mother tried to ruin his marriage, and he found it hard to forgive her. My husband and I slowly got back into the routine of our lives, excelling in our various fields. A year later, I fell pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. It was then I realized just how lucky I was to have such a family, and I knew then that I would do anything to keep them close at all times.